Quickly open this up. We have Bharti Ghosh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Shortly will be joined by a TMC representative as well. But Ms. Ghosh, given the kind of claims that are coming in on part of the TMC, you just heard a TMC leader, TMC representative say in as many words that the incidents of violence, the episodes of violence have been minimal, and especially in contrast to the last Panchayat polls. Would you agree? Because today itself we're picking news of how the BJP National Executive Committee members also come under attack.
It's very sad, unfortunate that TMC, in addition to playing violence, has become blind. They can't see people getting killed in Bengal. In the last 2 weeks, 9 people have died, 9 people. You have seen the Karnataka election. Not a single soul has died, not a single incident of violence. And this happens in Bengal in the last 2 weeks. Simple Panchayat election, 9 people have died. And they say that they can't see violence. More than 1,500 persons have withdrawn, candidates have withdrawn their nomination out of threatening, out of fear. We have received several hundreds of complaints. Our candidates have left their home after filing nomination and they are living in shelter. And these people, the Trinamool Congress, they can't see violence in the state. The Chief Minister has become blind. She goes to a public meeting in Kuch Bihar, and she, being the Home Minister of the state, lambasts the Central Home Minister, saying that he is a gunda, he is a dacoit. Mamata Banerjee is the worst user of abusive language in the political space of 21st century.
Okay.
I am very sorry to say, that this has been an era of violence, and the era of violence has been perpetuated, instigated, supported, and encouraged by the Trinamool Congress.
Okay, so let's hear it from the TMC spokesperson of the TMC, Mohammad Tausifur Rahman, joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Rahman, would you want to respond to Ms. Ghosh? And, quickly to add to what she said, I also want to point out and highlight for our viewers once again what Justice Amrita Sinha of the Calcutta High Court has observed today, says that given the episodes of violence, elections should be stopped. Panchayat elections should be stopped in West Bengal. It's a shame on West Bengal government, and yet you have the likes of Riju Datta come out and say that, oh, the violence is very less in comparison to the last time's Panchayat elections. Only 6 episodes of violence, or violence has been witnessed only in a couple of districts. Is that justified, sir?
Ma'am, good evening. Ma'am, first of all, whatever you are seeing on the video, it's not about who's doing it, how it is happening, what you're talking about justification. No one is giving justification at all. But the thing is that if you want to stage up a drama in Bengal and want to insult the people of Bengal, and you want to showcase that the ruling government is a totally failure, we are not doing anything, it's a false. I mean, now you have
so the priority,
now you
Mr.
have the State Election Commission with you.
Is rather on how the world or the country is viewing West Bengal government and the governance, and how the police is being viewed under Mamata Banerjee's watch, rather than on the kind of violence that is actually transpiring on ground. There are people who are losing out their lives. We're talking about 9 people. But there are people in the TMC who are saying it's so much lesser in comparison to last time's elections.
It is not about lesser in comparison. It is not about how many people died in 2018 and how people are dying in 2023. Of course, no one should die. Of course, there should be no violence. Everything should be under control. But if the opposition want to create a ruckus in Bengal, if they want to start a massacre, what they are used to do in Gujarat and other states in India.
So wouldn't you condemn the insensitivity on part of Riju Datta today? Mr. Tausifur Rahman?
Yeah, tell me.
Wouldn't you say it's wrong when Riju Datta says that violence has only taken place in 6 places? Even if it's taken place in one location or one person has lost his life, it's most condemnable, sir.
Ma'am, of course, it is not about 1 people or 10 people. No one should die. And whatever Riju said, he is not justifying. He's just saying that what you want to do in 2018, you were not being able to do in 2023. BJP wants to create this whole thing, but who is going to take responsible of that?
But
they don't want to say anything.
The focus of the TMC government, Mr. Tausifur Rahman, should be to contain the law and order situation, and even if it means bringing in the central forces, it should be allowed. Why should they oppose it in the court? You have the courts now slamming the West Bengal government, and that's most shameful. That's what one of the judges have now come out to note. Ms. Ghosh, how would you respond?
But this happens all over India.
You see, Mr. Rahman.
No, sir, it doesn't happen all over India, and wherever it happens, it must not happen, sir. That's why the priority is to contain the law and order situation.
Let me tell you.
Let her respond. Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, let her quickly respond.
Only 32 years old. Only 32 years old. Fulchand Sheikh, a simple laborer from Murshidabad, active party worker, came from Kerala, 10 days leave to work for the party, died here. Fulchand Sheikh. Mansoor Alam, 23-year-old, left front, worker from Uttar Dinajpur. How many you want to know? Shambhu Das, 28, died in Kuch Bihar. Mustafa Sheikh, 62, died in Malda. Mr. Rahman, how do you justify this? How do you justify this? You think life in Bengal has become so cheap?
Of course we are
that
not
even in Bengal we
but
say,
Why do you want to
you kill people.
End of the
And
day,
the chief minister does nothing.
Okay, one
Chief
second.
minister does nothing.
Mr. Tawseefur Rahman is saying, why are you starting this? One second, let's hear it from him. Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, what are you saying about who started it, who hasn't started it?
Of course. What about Bhangar? Who started in Bhangar? I can give you proofs how it had started in Bhangar.
And whoever be the culprit or the miscreant, Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, once again I reiterate, should the priority not be law and order?
If you don't want to hear me, you don't call me. You have to hear me.
Okay, go ahead, make your point. Make your point. Ms. Ghosh,
If someone will sit on national television in opposition and give a fake narrative about TMC, that's not going to happen. But yes, we are not backing out. If something is happening in Bengal, we are sole responsible to take care of everything. Bharatiya Janata Dal Party is not responsible in Bengal. We are responsible in Bengal to take care of the law and order. But if you want to back some political party and to create a ruckus in Bengal,
Mr.
this is
Tawseefur
not going
Rahman,
to
in
happen
that
and we will
case,
stop it.
upon the
Now
Calcutta High Court's
this ruckus.
intervention, Ms. Ghosh, one second, let me quickly go across to him. Upon the Calcutta High Court's intervention, why is it that the State Election Commission asked for 22 companies of central forces in the first place? Why did the court have to intervene? To seek more deployment or ensure, direct the State Election Commission to ensure more deployment?
This is how central agencies are working under the nose of Bharatiya Janata Dal Party, BJP. Anything can happen in Bengal. They can bring army and they can, from tomorrow, they can bring some tank also.
They will not have to bring in anybody if the West Bengal police is able to control the situation. Mr. Tawseefur Rahman.
It is getting staged.
Why have 9 people lost their lives? Why could the West Bengal police not contain the situation?
But we want to answer you why. We want to answer you why. If you want to create something, you cannot stop, ma'am. I'm telling you, if someone wants to create something outside Times office, you can't stop it.
Okay, BJP and other political opponents of the TMC, Ms. Ghosh, are responsible for the deterioration in law and order. The TMC has no role to play. Ms. Ghosh. Ms. Bharti Ghosh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you please repeat?
Yes, go ahead. No, Mr. Tawseefur Rahman is saying the TMC has no role to play in these episodes of violence. It's a deliberate bid on part of the BJP and other political opponents to deteriorate the law and order situation.
Ma'am, the situation in Bengal is so unfortunate that the Trinamool Congress does not even know what is happening on the ground. They are only instigating violence. The Chief Minister today went to Kuch Bihar to instigate violence. But let me tell you a funny side of things. In a writ petition, a public interest litigation in the High Court, the Honorable High Court had ordered that the presiding officers and polling officers up to the 4th polling officer should not be any contractual employee, should not be any civic, or should not be anybody who is a casual. You will be surprised to know that the Election Commission released a list in which the presiding officer, the polling officer, up to the 4th polling officer, in gross violation of the High Court's order, is all contractual, vocational and contractual, all part-time. So these people, they have no regard for law and order, no regard for High Court order.
That's the BJP version. Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, if you're saying this is
for controlling law and order,
this is a BJP bid, it's a BJP tool to defame. the West Bengal government or defame the TMC, what explains the political compulsion of, let's say, the Congress to also speak in the same voice? Because you have the likes of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary stage protest against the TMC. They're saying that their workers, Karyakartas, candidates are not being allowed to submit documents under the West Bengal Police's watch. They are going to be your 2B partners in the 2B PDA alliance that's going to be taking on the BJP in 2024. So what explains this on their part?
Absolutely. You're not wrong on your part. I totally agree with you. And Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is not only the Congress Congress is all about Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and other political volunteers. Now what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is staging there, I don't know whether he's talking to Swendu Adhikari or he's mixed up with IFS, IVS leader and all. But man, the whole point is simple. If we have
Which means you have no confidence in the people you want to ally with, because your Supremo, your party Supremo is saying you place faith in us, we will confide in you. And according to you, the Congress is not confiding in you. They're leveling allegations against you.
We are very much confident with all the political parties who want to come and fight with the Bharatiya Janata Dal party. Now the problem is that if Suvendu Adhikari wants to back Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, if Suvendu Adhikari wants to back Yachuri, if Suvendu Adhikari wants to back...
Okay, so just because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Mr. Tausifur Rahman, just because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Suvendu Adhikari are pinning the blame on TMC, are blaming the TMC for the law and order situation, they're allies. It is so convenient to shift the blame on everyone else, but actually take accountability of what's happening in West Bengal.
Ma'am, I'll show you the independent nomination where it is clearly written that this independent nomination has been backed by Bharatiya Janata Dal Party, Congress, CPM and ISF. Now we have no answer for that.
Okay. So this is a collective doing. If this is a collective doing, before I quickly take in a word from Ms. Ghosh, I'll just come back to you 1 second. If this is a collective doing of all political opponents in West Bengal of the TMC, then why are you placing faith in the Congress as far as the national big picture is concerned? Mr. Tausifur Rahman?
Ma'am, are you asking me?
Yes.
Can you just repeat the question, please? I thought you were asking me.
If everyone is collaborating against you, everyone is speaking in one voice, all the political rivals in West Bengal of the TMC have come together, then why are you wanting to contest elections in 2024 with them to take on the BJP?
Ma'am, after Panchayat, I don't know what these people want. This is the same problem what happened in 2018. But we are very much again open-minded with all the unity. We are very much open-minded with all the political parties how it's going to happen. But again, if Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary wants to go beyond Rahul Gandhi and Kharge, that's not our fault.
Okay, Ms. Ghosh, how convinced are you with this kind of a narrative that is being set up by Mr. Tausifur Rahman?
Madam, these people don't know what they want. In Patna, they went for not a Mahagadbandhan, but a Thagbandhan. All the thugs went over there. It was not a mail bandhan, but a jail bandhan. Everybody wanted to go to jail or have returned from the jail. But we are not concerned about Patna. We are concerned over here. When the Honorable High Court asked the state government to identify the sensitive areas and request and orders the Election Commission to identify the vulnerable areas, the vulnerability analysis was not done. And the armed forces, whenever they have come right now also there is no vulnerability analysis, there is no all-party meeting, there is no identification of the areas which are under attack, and there is absolutely no interest in the law and order situation of Bengal. People are dying. These people are not interested. They are only interested in the love power. That is why they are placing also the Nirbachan Commission, the Election Commission. They are misusing the Election Commissioner. And the Election Commissioner is becoming actually a servant of the government, which is not supposed to be in this case. Can you tell me, my brother, has the vulnerable areas been identified? You are saying Bhangur is a very difficult place. Have you identified
It's not a difficult place.
Well, the kind of violence that is being witnessed, Mr. Tausifur Rahman, is affecting the TMC as much. 5 people from the TMC have also lost their lives. Then what explains this kind of a strategy on part of the State Election Commission to only seek deployment of 22 Central Forces companies and thereafter were forced to change that figure to 800?
Ma'am, I'll tell you something. When Abhishek Banerjee, the General Secretary of Trinamool Congress, when he was doing his yatra, He clearly said that we are not going to give tickets to any nuisance who wants to create any problem in the party and want to malign the party. Now, what these cadres have done there, these cadres have left the party overnight and they went and joined CPM, BJP and Congress. Now, these are the same people who are roaming with TMC Jhanda and bomb in their hand, and they are maligning the whole system out in Bengal. We are not bothered how much they want to malign TMC. But the problem is that
the BJP, okay, the BJP, the Congress, all of these political parties want to malign the TMC. What about the judges of the Calcutta High Court? Are they also personally inclined to malign the TMC? They have no personal inclination in the politics in West Bengal. Then why are they being forced to make these kind of statements today? Pass these kind of observations.
Trinamool had already started attacking the judiciary. I bring it to your notice that they have already started attacking the judiciary also.
What explains, Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, what has been said by Justice Amrita Sinha?
See, if you don't want to let me complete my statement, and if Bharti ji comes up and heckle me, you know very well.
Nobody's heckling you, sir. You've been given more than you've been given more airtime than she has been. But those are questions that are being directed to you. So please go ahead quickly, sir. Make your point.
So whatever Amrita ji is saying, we don't want to say anything about Amrita ji. It's her wish, whatever she wants to say. But the thing is that we are very much capable of handling our government, handling our people and the people of Bengal. But no matter what, the people of Bengal is watching what the Bharatiya Janata Dal party wants to create in Bengal, and everyone is talking about it. Trust me, if you want to ask a local journalist in Bengal, come and talk to them. They know what is happening in Bengal and how it has all been created, how these outsiders are coming in Bengal, and how they are torturing the people and the innocent people of Bengal.
Isn't that, Mr. Tawseefur Rahman, the West Bengal government's version or the TMC's version? Each and every election, talk about the state election, talk about the Lok Sabha election and now the Panchayat election as well. It's most unfortunate. Every election we see lives being lost, and yet the same justification come in on part of TMC, and that's why perhaps today the likes of Justice Amrita Singh have had to say in as many words that given the situation in West Bengal, and it's a shame on the West Bengal government, but elections must be cancelled. They must be postponed, is what some of the judges now are opining. We'll have to leave it at that. Bharti Ghosh, Tawseefur Rahman, thank you for joining us this evening. A short break with that.